takes advantage of host card emulation. Now that's a feature of the Android operating system that emulates.
Jim, I know it's fun to watch yourself on screen, but this seems a bit excessive.
With its you never know how the audience is going to be watching.
What? Oh, no, I'm checking to see what the show looks like on these different devices. These days, you never know how the audience is going to be watching your content.
Well, sometimes you do know. Adobe just released its first digital index report on digital video. It turns out that what device you use makes a big difference in how long you watch video. Hi, I'm Fawn, President and Group Publisher at ITWC.
And I'm Jim Love, Chief Digital Officer at ITWC.
Keeping up with online marketing news and tactics can take hours.
That's why we bring you top marketing news and insights every week.
Welcome
to CMO Digital.
The device that your audience is using to watch video makes a big difference in how long they're likely to stick with it. Viewers on a smartphone spent 22 seconds on average. Viewers using a tablet spent twice that long at 44 seconds. And viewers on a desktop spent the longest by a big margin, watching online video for an average of 5 minutes and 49 seconds.
But don't be fooled into thinking you can't hold someone's attention on a smartphone. Sure, the nature of the device means we use it for shorter periods of time, but what works on a big screen may not work on a small screen. There's a good chance that some of the shorter average viewing time can be explained by things like fat finger syndrome or autoplays. Poorly designed ways to launch video on these smaller screens can lead to accidental plays, and when that happens, all the viewer wants to do is get out and as fast as possible. Working to reduce these accidental clicks for your video content will lead to better metrics overall.
In fact, there's lots of good reasons to pay more attention to video on smartphones than ever. After all, the trend with these devices seems to be that screens are getting bigger all the time, and that's leading to more people watching complete videos with them. According to Adobe, in the same quarter that Apple released the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, there was a 7% increase in the amount of online videos viewed on smartphones.
If things keep going at this rate, and there's no reason to think otherwise, video viewing on mobile devices will overtake desktop viewing by the end of 2016. The share of mobile video viewing went from just 6% in the first quarter of 2012 all the way up to 27% in the fourth quarter of 2014. Meanwhile, desktop viewing has been steadily declining, even if it is the current leader right now.
Understanding how your audience is accessing your video is important. Certain adjustments can be made to better tailor the experience to a smartphone viewer. For example, keep it short and make sure it loads quickly. Also, if you're showing text on screen, make sure it's really big so they can actually read it.
Just as smartphones are becoming popular video viewing devices, we're also seeing the emergence of a new category of devices as major players in the market. Maybe you have one of them at home yourself.
One of them? If you have kids, you've probably got one in every room.
You've got it. We're talking about the over-the-top TV devices like Apple TV, Roku, or video game consoles such as the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. People are using these devices right along with the iPad to access digital video apps.
Well, iOS devices are king in this area. The iPad accounted for almost 1/3 of access video, and the iPhone for another 1/5. These other devices are definitely on the radar. Roku accounted for 7%, Apple TV for 5%, and video game consoles for another 2%.
This is a whole new opportunity for video creators. If you can publish to niche platforms like Roku or Apple TV, then you have a chance to stand out against the competition. Those who get on board early with these growing platforms might enjoy a growing audience as more people catch on to the trend.
Of course, not all content is created equal. When it comes to video being watched on these over-the-top devices, Adobe finds that sports content is by far the most popular. Broadcast and cable TV programs are the next most watched, followed by movies.
It's an exciting time for video. Never before have people had so many ways to access video content and engage with its creators. While the ways people watch video are bound to look different in a few years' time, one thing remains the same. Content is king. An audience is always going to seek out a quality show that keeps them entertained and informed.
We hope we're doing that here at CMO Digital. Let us know by tweeting us at CMO Digital. We'd love to hear from you.
Now that's all the time we have for this episode. I'm Jim Love.
And I'm Fawn. See you next week.
That wraps up this episode of CMO Digital. If you like the program, follow us at CMO Digital for marketing news all week long.
You can listen to this week's episode on iTunes or read the corresponding article on itbusiness.ca under CMO Digital.